Express. For a safe journey, remember to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Sit all the way back against the bench, and please be sure to watch your children. Asante.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Wildlife Express. Para que tengan un viaje seguro, manténganse sentados, con las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Siéntense hasta atrás, pegados al respaldo de la banca. Y por favor, vigilen a los niños. Gracias.
Java friends, just a friendly reminder, please make sure you're sitting all the way back into your seat. Please do not lean forward through those windows in front of you. Please make sure all hands, arms, and feet stay inside the train at all times. Thank you.
Welcome aboard the Wildlife Express with service to Rafiki's Planet Watch. Here, you'll discover a wide range of animal adventures, from the affection section, where you can get up close and personal with domesticated animals like goats, sheep, and more, to sneak peeks at animal care in action at our veterinary, nutrition, and science centers. Also, be sure to check out the animation experience at Conservation Station, where you can learn to draw your favorite Disney characters inspired by live animals from one of our animators. The tradition of animals and animation reaches all the way back to Walt Disney himself and his long-standing passion for conservation. He believed it was important that we protect our wildlife and preserve our natural world. This sense of motivation shaped his legacy, from animation to conservation, to the very adventures we offer here at Disney's Animal Kingdom each and every day. As we make our way to Rafiki's Planet Watch, keep an eye out for some of the exciting wildlife we might encounter along the way, and the highly trained specialists who care for them. From ostriches and rhinos to the mighty African elephant, the species we care for here at Disney's Animal Kingdom are some of the very same animals that inspired animated classics like The Lion King, The Jungle Book, and more.
Java friends, just a friendly reminder, make sure you're sitting all the way back into your seat. Please do not lean forward. Please sit down. Please do not allow your children to stand up and move about the train. Thank you.
Did you know Bambi was the first animated feature to bring live animals into the studio? In the 1940s, Walt Disney and his animators modeled characters from the film after the movements and natural behaviors of their real-life counterparts. Even with the latest advances in computer animation, this tradition continues today, as animators travel throughout the world to observe animals in their own surroundings. And that includes here at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
We are now approaching Conservation Station at Rafiki's Planet Watch. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please sit all the way back against the bench and avoid leaning out toward the railing. Remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop, and please be sure to watch your children as you exit. Go well and explore.
continue to teach them and their children about how to protect their local environment. So the whole program has worked together not only to protect the TTs, but to teach the local environment.
Maybe they're scared that no.
Really good eyesight. So we'll look kind of at the end of that line. That's kind of about where the side of his eye is going to be. And we are going to draw a circle. Now maybe this is your first time you're drawing a circle, and that's okay. So most of us are probably learning our alphabet letters, right? So as you can see, just like we're drawing a capital letter C in between the lines that we start with. We'll turn that into a 0 or an O in between the lines, and you can see it's just kind of sketchy, it's light, nothing set in place just yet. But we gotta get the other eye in there too as well. So between the first and the second guideline, you can also kind of use the end of that line at that helps for the side of your circle, and we can go ahead and draw in a circle. Yes, you can go a little bit above that guideline, the top guideline, if you need to. And Stuart's going to actually see in dim light too, because obviously we know deep into the sea it's a little bit darker underneath there, a little bit lighter toward the surface too as well. But they can see really well too down there. But, so we got the eyes, and the eyes are the windows to the soul, as they say in animation. But really showing that expression more is adding a human characteristic. We need some eyebrows, right? So we need to start from the inside of that circle. And then what I'm going to do is just draw in a check mark kind of shape here. And it just goes right through what we've drawn already. Now that will curve some of our 9 men, and because Walt Disney actually found the talent, Retta Scott, our very first female animator, and Mary Blair too as well. Which some of you probably heard of her name, Small World, which is real. Small World after all. There, she did do a lot of work for that too as well. But Walt actually had a piece of artwork in his house, so all your artwork needs to go up in your house.
We hope you enjoyed your visit to Rafiki's Planet Watch. We are now beginning our return trip to the African town of Harambe. For your safety, please remain seated and keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Sit all the way back against the bench, and please be sure to watch your children.
Bienvenidos. Comenzamos ahora nuestro viaje de regreso a la aldea africana de Harambe. Para su seguridad, permanezcan sentados con las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Siéntense hasta atrás, pegados al respaldo de la banca. Y por favor, vigilen a los niños. Gracias.
Welcome aboard the Wildlife Express with service from Rafiki's Planet Watch to the village of Harambe. As you head back out into Disney's Animal Kingdom, we hope you take with you a great appreciation for the very journey that led us here. You see, it was Walt Disney's passion for animals and conservation that led him to send film crews across the globe to capture dramatic footage of wildlife in remote locations. Walt Disney's True Life Adventure series touched the hearts of millions of viewers, inspiring the spirit of conservation and paving the road for the nature documentaries we see today. That same power eventually inspired the creation of Disney Nature, the latest continuation of this wildlife storytelling tradition. Like African cats, born in China, and penguins, Disney Nature creates a unique opportunity to connect with wildlife on an emotional level, inspiring us to preserve nature through care and understanding. And did you know that each film provides an opportunity for filmgoers to become conservationists just by seeing the films? A portion of the first week's ticket sales for each Disney Nature release is directed through the Disney Conservation Fund to support specific conservation initiatives with nonprofit organizations around the globe. It was this rich legacy of animal storytelling that inspired the idea of Disney's Animal Kingdom, a place that celebrates our deep connection with animals, the magic of nature, and wonder of exploration that comes from preserving and protecting our natural world. As you venture out into the park today, or make your way back to wherever you call home, remember, that legacy lives in you.
We are now approaching the Harambe train station. For your safety and the safety of those around you, please sit all the way back against the bench and avoid leaning out toward the railing. Remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop, and please be sure to watch your children as you exit. Go well, and remember, preserving the magic of nature begins with you. Asante.
Sarah, can we put our hats on? Yeah. Okay.
The animal.